Hey, I am Dr. Paul Dyer. Welcome to another podcast, informational, data proving conversation. Well, this week, as we know, is the end of the summer. The summer represented so much of many things coming into its own because from spring we have the new birth, and then the summer comes the new growth. And then we seem to look at the fall as something that's going into a dormant stage. It's not true, but that's what it seems like with the weather exchanging and changing. But I really want to focus on a couple of things that has happened in my personal life, because when I talk about Dr. Paul and the weekly and the new and weekly Wednesdays and Bridges Live, it has everything to do with my life, because it's in our conversations, it's in our expression, it is in our education, it is in our sharing, it's in our love that we grow together. Well, this summer we've had a lot of situations that the family has overcame, will overcome, and shall overcome. But without getting into specifics, what I want to express is that all things God has for you is not just for you, but it's going to allow you to grow and to learn. It's not about what you think you should be perceiving. Now, we've talked about perception when it comes to emotional education, when it comes to education in itself, when it comes to advancement in this world. And this world has depicted a lot of things as separation. Well, I'm not going to get into the weeds of that, because some of those things need to be broken down, because remember, there's the 5 E's. There's environment, there's education, things you're taught, there's emotions, there's energy, and then we experiences. So we need to do a couple things. Let's reflect. Now that summer's over, it ended. Let's reflect. What grew this summer? And I love corn. And I would think one of the things, if you look at a field, if you've ever been into farm country, if you've never been around farm and things planted, cornfields just are amazing. The way the stalks reach to the sky, and then how the stalks are grown. So I'm going to use the corn stalk as a metaphor for growth. So what grew this summer? Family grows. Love grows. Our connection to God grows. A connection to happiness grows. No more suffering. Let's get out of suffering. Let's grow into love. Let's prosper in love. Not just any love. I'm talking about spiritual love. I'm talking about that soulful love. I'm talking about that love that is meant for you without question. Without question. And the reason why I want to say without question, because those that question you, not to say they're not there for you, but they just not be the right person for you at that time. We don't mind the questions. We don't mind the what I want to say. We don't mind being offered assistance to help you understand. Maybe you're not seeing this clear enough. Those aren't the questions I'm talking about. Sometimes people ask questions only for their own good. They only want something out of it for them. Those are different types of questions. Acceptance, listening, understanding, and love. That's what grew this summer. That's what grew. We're gonna struggle. And the word struggle in itself is struggle. But I tell you what, you're gonna have to put the work in, right? You're gonna have to sweat, you're gonna cry, you're gonna have to get on your knees, you're gonna pray, you're gonna ask those crazy questions, and then after all that's said and done, you're gonna have to still believe. Okay? Let's get out of the idea that suffering needs to happen for me to be happy. That's not true. It's not true. So this summer, we've grown. We have grown this summer. You have grown this summer. I know you have. I know you have worked, sweated, cried, and you have grown. Your stalk is high. Your fruits of labor is now ready to flourish. You are amazing. We are amazing. I'm amazing. I'm so proud of all of you. I'm so proud of my children. I'm so proud of my grandchildren. I am so proud that the light is opening the doors for them. Because it is time. It has always been time, but now we see it. Now we see it. Now we're listening to the path. We're getting out of our own way. We're not trying to sit into self-ego seat. The king has been on the throne all this time. Now it's time for you to serve and serve humanity. I love you all. Thank you for listening to my weekly podcast. And now summer's over. Now it's time to pick the growth that has grown all summer long. Thank you. I love you all. This is Dr. Paul, and you listen to Dr. Paul Weekly.